Alright, y'all. What's good? How you doing today? It's VA here, Very Mad at V-Weeks 181. And this is going to be a video test of the Pentax WG-8. This is shooting at 4K at 30 frames a second. Figure I'm on a road trip, so I might as well get some footage, get some, test footage while I'm driving. So we're going to go throughout the day. As of right now, it's about 3-something in the morning. I'm under a light at a gas station, so that's the lighting that I have right now, directly under the light. So we're just going to be testing different conditions, situations as we drive along the road, and then just see what it's like. I'm going to step into a little bit of a lesser light condition over here. But yeah, again, this is just going to be a pure video test. I'm not going to do any color grading, not going to do any editing. This is currently, there's a couple settings. Wind suppression is off. Again, it's full 4K at 30 frames per second. And there's one other setting on there that is active, but that's a default setting, so I'll let y'all know what that is at the next checkpoint. Catch y'all. Let's get it. Alright, we're at the next stop. It's a little more daylight out. So the other feature that is a part of the camera is to turn the audio, the microphone on and off. And there's a feature called Movie SR. I'm going to look into what that means exactly and let y'all know. But yeah, we're going to get a couple clips while we're here at this stop, and then we're going to see what it do.
Hey, crank the decibels, eating vegetables. A set of metaphor, cheddar metaphor. Had to let her go, I had to let her go. Living for Christ, born to survive it. Appreciate the surprises. You gon' run into surprises. No faith is no iris. There are times you might even get let go.
Alright, y'all, alright. So again, this is a video test of the Pentax WG-8. And so you saw a couple clips. It was like kind of nighttime, very dark. And you saw when it was a little bit of daylight. Now this is like a driving clip, so you're getting the audio of me being in this vehicle. It's not like a lot of noise going on around me. I think the noise, kind of like the barrier in the vehicle, is fairly decent. But now you're just hearing my raw audio as I'm speaking and driving at the same time. So, it's up to you to determine, if the audio that you're receiving from the internal microphone is justifiable or not. I would say this camera does not have a microphone input. I haven't noticed too many point and shoot cameras that do have microphone inputs. So when I was recording with this camera before, I was using an external microphone, a Sony HN1 with a lavalier microphone. It actually had just like 2 mics going into one port into the H1N. But yeah, and just syncing that audio up with the video. But yeah, hopefully this video quality is decent. I'll get a review when I stop driving and whatnot. But yeah, again, this is just a video test. Again, it's at 4K at 30 frames per second. Cool. Alright, so now we've stopped at a park. And it's a pretty interesting park, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a trail and a creek here. So we're gonna see what this park is like, get some footage, get some photos, and continue to test this camera. All right, let's get it. Alright y'all, so have been testing this camera from the zoom to the wide angle, videos, photos. I've been shooting primarily on autofocus. Well, that's a cool shot. Let's see what that looks like real quick. Let's see how it changes. Cool on the spot, right? Yeah, I'm just testing the camera in different settings. A lot of this has been natural lighting. I can imagine you get a different set of results if you use artificial lighting. You know, curate your surroundings a little bit more. But yeah, first impressions. You know, again, it's a point and shoot camera. My bad. It's a point and shoot camera with optical zoom, digital zoom, and so I'm not too surprised by the graininess that you get when you actually zoom in. You know, and that's okay, right? As far as a kind of like run and gun camera per se, if you're looking for something just on the go, quick, real simple to use. You know, this camera doesn't have a lot of buttons won't confuse you. At least in my book. You got a flash, you got a timer, you got a macro setting, you have automatic settings on the top. Press, shutter. Pretty simple. I will actually see what this camera is like in the water, since it does say it is adventure proof. So crush proof, shock proof, waterproof. So let's see if we can find a spot that is, this spot looks nice, but let's see if we can find another spot of water and get some underwater footage, and we'll see what it's like. All right, cool. Catch y'all in a bit. Alright, recording. We are. So, I think we found a decent embankment to navigate. So, this is going to be a quick test. Just like submerge under the water. Not going to go very deep, not going to go very far. But again, just to test out the device to see what the quality looks like. And yeah, here we go. Let's approach the bank of the water. Alright, like I said, just a quick underwater test. I'll be excited to see what that looks like. And yeah, gonna keep making our way down the road, and maybe we'll stop someplace else. But yeah, let's get it.